Thank you. Well, first of all, I appreciate everybody coming out this morning. I know it's early and there's traffic, so I appreciate everybody spending the morning with us. So before we get started with the program, I just wanted to introduce Barrett Mandelbaum, who I have a great deal of respect for. He's really the only reason I'm with Mandelbaum Barrett. When I started 15 years ago, Barry's welcome and presence and guidance really was inspirational and made me feel very comfortable. I owe a lot to Barry and how we've progressed over the years and the support he's provided and given us an opportunity to grow as a department. And we've been very fortunate, and I've been very fortunate to get to know him and have him as a mentor. And I'm thrilled that he's here this morning. I know this is early, I appreciate it. But Barry Mandelbaum, just to say welcome and a couple of comments. So thank you for coming, Barry.
Good morning, everyone. I'm glad to see everyone here. All of you who are interested in assisting others, I welcome you. It's been always a passion of mine, and it's certainly endemic and a passion of our law firm, Mandelbaum Barrett. We're very proud of what Richard has accomplished in the elder care section of the country, of our company. So, this is Mandelbaum Barrett's 95th anniversary. We just celebrated it on March 1st. We're looking to get to 100, and we hope all of you will attend every year from now on so you can celebrate our 100 with us. Throughout my career, I've been engaged with many organizations that have helped those who need help. In 1964, I joined the board of Mental Health Association. I remained there for about 30 years. I was an officer, I was vice president there, and of course the legal counsel. From there, I went on to become the chairman of Drug Addiction Rehabilitation Enterprise. We built that up significantly, and then ultimately turned the organization over to the state of New Jersey when it ceased to continue its operation. I've also been an honoree by CPI New Jersey, now called PILAR, which is located in Livingston. I'm active still at Lifetime, which is over at Livingston, and helped them build a new facility. And Employment Horizons, which is up in Hanover and Cedar Knolls, which helps those who have special needs find employment. And their Rubenstein Foundation, which I'm a trustee, helped build the 20,000 square foot addition. I'm also a trustee of the Cody Foundation for Mental Health. And all these organizations, as you know, focus on helping people with their helpfulness, advocacy, supportive services, raise money, etc. As also as a trustee of the Rubenstein Foundation, we gave some significant dollars to help build 3 group homes located in Morris Knolls, Hanover, and in Livingston. Livingston one is part of CPI New Jersey or PILAR. The one in Morris Plains is run by Morris County. And I wanted you to know also that volunteerism in this area doesn't just stop at base. It goes on. Craig Alexander, one of our partners, has been president of the Mental Health Association of Morris and Essex County for 5 years. He just retired. Marley Cahill is the present president of Employment Horizons. I know someone from Employment Horizons is here today. And Melanie Block, who is a partner, serves on the board of trustees of Friendship Circle, which is located in Livingston. So from group home development, trying to prevent addiction, initiating mental health reforms, some of the most meaningful work of my career, and as well as partners in our law firm, we've grown from we've created an environment and commitment to individuals with mental health needs and developmental disabilities. I'm proud of our firm's continued legal efforts and deep roots in the community to help those organizations continue to do well and provide services for those who need it. I'm happy and pleased that all of you are here today to share in those desires to make things better for those we love and in the community who need it. I want to thank all of you for being part of today's event, for all of your dedication to those who have developmental disabilities, special needs, have addictions or other mental health problems. So thank you for coming and being part of our organization and attending this particular function. So thank you again.
Thank you, Barrett. First of all, there are so many people to thank. I'm not going to be able to go through everybody because I want time for the speakers, but this really takes a village. This event, it takes months to put together. We have the best marketing team. Everybody from that team has contributed. Amy has been wonderful, and Lauren and Amy and Sarah, Aaron, Mariah, and Maria have been tremendous helps, and everybody in the department. I'm really fortunate to have a tremendous department that we've grown over the years, and what makes this special is really the people that we work with. And we support each other. It's not just providing the legal services and helping clients, but it's also the camaraderie and the support that we provide to each other and try to make it a pleasant environment where we can help other people. So I appreciate everybody that's contributed today, and everybody that helps with the department and with the firm. And I'm really thankful at the turnout, and really humbled. I mean, this is our second year doing it, and the fact that we have such interest is really humbling. And I really appreciate the support of the community, and the fact that you're all here today. I really appreciate it. We have great speakers. We try to make this very interesting, entertaining, informative. It's a serious subject, but we try to give information because there's so much misinformation out there that really it's important just to make sure that people have information. We're never going to be able to explain everything, but we can at least give people the basics so they know what to ask and where to go to ask those questions. So that's our purpose for today. And so we're going to get started. I have a couple of intro remarks I'd like to share. And I'd like to start out by showing you a video of a TED Talk from, her name is Stella Young. And Stella is an Australian writer, comedian, and disability advocate. This TED Talk took place in 2014. And sadly, only 8 months after this presentation, Stella unexpectedly passed away. And I'd like to just share this clip in order to get started.
From your chair, that's a genius. We are learning from each other's strength and endurance, not against our bodies nowadays, where disability is not the exception, but the norm. I want to live in a world where a 15-year-old girl sitting in her bedroom watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer isn't referred to as achieving anything because she's doing it sitting down. I want to live in a world where we don't have such low expectations of disabled people that we are congratulated for getting out of bed and remembering our own names in the morning. I want to live in a world where we value genuine achievement for disabled people. And I want to live in a world where a kid in year 11 in the Melbourne High School is not one bit surprised that his PE teacher is a wheelchair user. Disability doesn't make you exceptional, but questioning what you think you know about it does. Thank you.
Now, Stella talks about wanting to live in a world where disability is not the exception but the norm, where no one thinks twice when seeing someone with disabilities and considering them different or special. As I watched this TED Talk, I thought about her message and why she said she is not an inspiration. And I thought back to an article that my dad wrote, and it was published in the Journal of Visual Impairment and Blindness in 1981. My dad worked in the field of blindness for most of his career, and this article discussed the portrayal of the comic book hero Daredevil. And whether it was a positive representation of people with blindness or perpetuated negative stereotypes. I think I captured that right. And he talked about, here's a little highlight, he talked about whether Daredevil's alias, Matt Murdock, was wearing dark glasses, whether it was appropriate to portray him that way, whether he needed them or didn't need them, and whether it was appropriate for him to use his orthopedic cane as a weapon. And I remember growing up, this would just be one example of how my dad would comment on how disabled individuals were portrayed in pop culture and the media. And he always pointed out examples when there was a disabled person represented on TV. He pointed out, you get all excited, oh, there's a representation, and because it happens so rarely. And there were the typical ones. We had Tiny Tim from Christmas Carol and Ironside and The Miracle Worker. That was the big portrayal of disability, I know, when I was growing up. But I don't know if I got it right. So did I capture that right? Because my dad's here. So this was the author of the 1981 article. Did I represent that fairly? I can't remember. That's next year's presentation. Was it accurate?
It was accurate, yes.
Okay. And there wasn't a lot of representation of disabled individuals in the media. It was something that, I remember, we always talked about.
Not in a positive way.
Right. So the question is how we progressed over the last 41 years. Has there been any improvement or at least better representation in pop culture and media over the last 41 years since this article was read? So let's take a look. This wasn't that hard to find. Just over the years, how has disabilities been portrayed in the media? We have movies. We have Scent of a Woman, Forrest Gump, and the other one that I just missed. My Left Foot, Children of a Lesser God, and Rain Man, one of my favorites. And not just movies, we also have TV shows. And some of these I had to actually figure out. This one is my grandson's favorite, so it wasn't that hard. So we have Paw Patrol and Finding Nemo. I had to remember why that was an issue, but he had a little fin. He was disabled because he had a fin that didn't work. It was smaller than the other. Julia from Sesame Street has autism, and that's portrayed in the show. I think this one is The Last Avatar. And Daniel Tiger, another one of my grandson's favorites. And Dougie from Bluey. All of these children's shows are representing people with disabilities, and it's just, the kids don't think anything of it. It's a regular representation. It's not special. It's in every episode. It's something that they're using. Not only are we dealing with kids shows, I think we have regular adult shows, toys. It was a big deal to find any representative toys with disabilities. We have Barbies and others. Here are TV shows. Sex Education, Glee, Love on the Spectrum, Atypical. Stop at 13, because that one is a treat. Jonathan, who's pictured in 13, is Cheryl's son. And Cheryl's going to talk a little bit about Jonathan growing up and some of the challenges and issues that are faced. So we're going to learn a little bit more about Jonathan later in the program. Other shows. Survivor. Who watches Survivor? I know I watch it all the time. Is anybody watching this season? Because this one was special. This is one of my favorite clips from Eva from Survivor. This is just from a few episodes ago, probably 4 or 5 episodes ago. You can play this one.
I'm going to tell my story to everybody. This is something that's really, really important to me. I have autism. I was diagnosed when I was very, very young. Doctors told my parents that I would never live independently, that I would never hold a job, that at most I could hope to marry someone else with autism. And my parents, they did not give up on me, and they put me through so many different treatments to help me get all the support that I needed. And I was able to then enter school and be mainstream. So I've never viewed my autism as a roadblock to success. It's not something to work around. It's just part of who I am. There's nothing bad about it.
So now we have Survivor. I remember a couple of years ago, I watched America's Got Talent, and one of the winners from America's Talent, Cody Lee, was also inspirational. And I remember this hit home because I remember I was at a Plan New Jersey event. I remember it was one of the special events that they hosted. There was an individual very similar where it was a concert pianist. It was really inspirational, and I thought this was terrific as well. So just a little taste of Cody on America's Got Talent.
What are you going to do here for us today?
I'm going to sing a song for you on the piano.
I love it. Tina, tell us a little bit about Cody.
Cody is blind and autistic. We found out that he loved music really early on. He listened to him, his eyes just went huge. And he started singing. And that's when I was in tears, because that's when I realized, oh my gosh, he's an entertainer. So, yeah.
Okay, so from TV, what do we have next? We have models. Models prominently featured in publications, all with some form of disability. And Broadway. I found this one interesting. In Wicked, actually. That's actually, that part, anybody's seen Wicked, the character is in a wheelchair, but that's the first person that's actually, you know her. You probably can talk about her. She's actually in a wheelchair. It's the first person that played that role that actually has a disability. So we have all of these shows that recently featured individuals with disabilities. So this montage does not mean that disability is the norm rather than the exception. That's not what this is intended to do. But it does illustrate that society is more aware and sensitive and inclusive of the special needs community than ever before. And it provides a greater opportunity for awareness, discussion, and change, which makes the world a little closer to the one that Stella Young envisioned. And today's program is dedicated to the vision and providing information to help those who have family members with special needs. So we hope you enjoy the program and the speakers, and we can all come out a little bit more informed at the end of the day. So we're going to ask our first panelist group to come up.